Welcome guys, welcome back. Today let's talk homeschool planning, making homeschool simpler, easier, more organized. So for a lot of us, I know that homeschooling, once you zero in on that, is exciting, it's overwhelming. It's mostly excitement and you can't wait to get on this journey with your child. And then at whatever age you decide to start homeschooling and things get real and you're looking at curriculum, you're like, okay, what are we going to be doing? When are we going to be doing it? And for me, at least for me, that's exactly how I felt like leading up to the age where I would start homeschooling my kids. That was pure bliss. I was excited and enthralled in the idea of homeschooling, being with my kids, doing these experiences, developing them, and all those fun things. And then the age for me or for us was 5 that I wanted to start homeschooling my son officially and get curriculum. And I was like, oh goodness, probably only 45 days before that, I was like, okay, what are we going to do? When are we going to do it? Da, 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 all the things. So I want to share something that has made things a lot easier. I kind of have it broken down into 3 main categories. This is just what we're doing, what our plan is for our academic calendar / planner this year. And so it definitely may change, but right now this is giving me a lot of calm. Just to put it simply, giving me a lot of calm. So I really leaned on my experience and how I got through nursing school, y'all. I was really organized, calendar prepared, there early, just always thinking. And I ended up being successfully completing nursing school, taking the state exam and passing it in the minimum amount of questions. And so, yeah, I say that to say that I am a very detail-oriented person. Once I get an objective in mind, once I know what to do, I can deliver. Okay, so I leaned into that experience to create this system for our homeschooling. And as well as my experience in my actual career as a registered nurse, having to really be incredible at time management because you are juggling so much. You're juggling people's lives, and so that's similar. I'm juggling small lives in my homeschool, and organization. You have to be really organized because you're, as a nurse, juggling people's lives, their care, their health, their procedures and medications. And so being able to be a top performer at organization and time management and teaching. So I've had the privilege to teach, in my career as a registered nurse, I started to teach and train younger nurses. So I have leaned into that experience, y'all, to help me in my homeschool, to help me be really impeccable at time management, to help me really be organized, and to help me teach effectively to where it's not just this, that, and the third, but to where you can adapt to each person, how they learn. Do they learn best by you talking to them? Do they learn best by you kind of just showing them and then them doing? So yeah, I've definitely leaned into that to come up with our theme, our common thread, our academic planner. So first what I did was I got on Google and looked up what are the top 3 elementary schools in the United States, because that's where we are. So I sifted through maybe the top 10, kind of zeroed in on the top 3 for me. And then I went to their websites, kind of saw what the common thread was for all of those, what their focus was, and what their each individual mission was. I looked at public schools, private schools, and some international schools to see what the common thread of schooling is. I know we're doing homeschool, but what's the common thread of education, okay, for elementary students? And then I was able to gather what each person's mission was, because essentially that's exactly what we're going to be doing. Hello, that's what we are doing. We are getting a common thread because at the completion of everyone's homeschool, I would imagine, no matter if you're public, private, academy, homeschool, world schooled, the common thread is you want to be able to do some form of math, be able to do that, and be able to read. Hopefully a high level, but whatever. So yeah, the common thread there, and of course we'll have other subjects in there, but I feel that's the foundation, okay? Math and reading, because if life changes for us for some reason, I want my children to be prepared for whatever environment they may be transitioning into. I know that we're homeschooling, and at least for us, I want that to still be our own thing, but I want it to be on track with the rest of the world, so that my children aren't lacking, and that's just a me thing, okay? So yeah, that's pretty much what I did. I looked at those resources, kind of got a common idea, and then I said, okay, we're gonna make an academic calendar. I really didn't do that. I was just like, these thoughts, these curriculums, these plans, they got to be on paper. Okay, they cannot be swirling around in my head all day. So now let's get into the three main categories. The first one is core. Those main subjects like math and reading. And if you look at my other video, check it out somewhere in my thread, you'll be able to see which math curriculum we have chosen for this kindergarten school year, as well as which reading curriculum we have chosen for this school year. The other subjects within our core are like art, science, and social studies. Now we're definitely going hard on math and reading. Art, social studies, and science, not so much. We don't have a curriculum for those. This is kind of what I mean by saying not so much. I do have a math like book for science, or not math. I do have a book for science, though it's not a curriculum. It was like 50, I think like in-home science experiments or something like that, as a way to get the conversation going, do these experiments, and like kind of bring it about in that way. Not so much like book style. As far as art goes, we do art everywhere. My children, we go to church regularly, and so they're a part of nursery, and they're always doing arts and crafts in nursery. There is Michael's, which we haven't gone to yet, but I like have that pinned in my brain, which I need to put it down on my like notes or somewhere. Michael's does like or they used to, arts and crafts for your kids where you can take them. I've never like I said, I'm interested, but I haven't done it, but it looks like they do arts and crafts too. And at least in my area, you can take your kids on like a Tuesday, I think it is, for a couple of hours, and they can do some arts and crafts. So we've got a plethora of pipe cleaners, popsicle sticks, glue, crayons, markers, paint, all the things. And so we definitely get art taken care of, okay? So we don't have an official curriculum for social studies this kindergarten year. I'm looking at some things, but I haven't like purchased a social studies curriculum. Mostly we are looking at our map. So we have a map of the continents, we have a map of the states, and we talk about that. And then in a lot of other things we do, like our reading program, it'll mention and kind of refer to things like that. So right now I don't have a social studies curriculum, okay, but it's definitely out there on my radar. So yeah, in our core, those are the things that are in our core. Oh, you know what? Goodness. I keep all of that in my mom binder brain, and I'm gonna have to like go into detail on this because it definitely has been something that has like helped me go from like a chaotic mindset to more of an organized. These are the things I'm focused on, and these are when they get it done, whatever, going on a tangent. But I keep first let me show you. I'm like, girl, what kind of calendar are you doing? Where is it at? It's right here. Okay, so it's like tiny over here, but it's got September through August 2024 2025. Over here they have like an important dates and notes section, and that's where I put like each of my kids' names, and I put the course subjects, and then off to the side I put the other like two like categories that we are also focusing on. I just printed this off online and I put it in this sheet protector. I wanted to laminate it, but what I have noticed, and I check these off daily, I refer to this daily, weekly, like all the time, because it's always changing. Okay, so our next category is community/social. And this is important to me because I think it builds character, and I wanted to make sure that I was remembering to include that while we have this time and this opportunity to homeschool, that we're making sure that we're getting involved in our community. So I was public school. I went to public school, and I did a lot of volunteering. Now, none of the volunteering I did, well, not to say I didn't do any volunteering while I went to public school, but most of the memories that I have from volunteering were with my grandfather, and he's an entrepreneur, so he like was on a whole different level with things. But for like a couple of stories I remember where we were ringing the bell for the Salvation Army in the freezing cold, and y'all, this is stuff that he did on his own. These are things that at the time I didn't really understand the impact, but I really believe that he left an impression upon my character, the person I want to be, how I treat others, and how I just empathy in general. Another like event that I was like terrified by was one major holiday. I can't remember now if it was Thanksgiving or Christmas. We were all gathered as a family. We were with my granddad, and he's just like, y'all, we're gonna take all of our fruits, all of our candy canes, all the things, and we're going to the nursing home to carol. And I'm thinking, Christmas carol? Like, what? I don't know, carol? don't like Carol Baskin. Like, what? Like, I've never singing in front of people, Christmas caroling, what? But anyways, we went, and I can still, y'all, remember the people, their faces, like how their rooms were. And I am so grateful still for that experience. At the time, I honest to God did not know what kind of impact that will leave on me. But number one, I'm glad he got me out of my comfort zone. Number two, I believe it honestly has shaped my character, because sometimes you need to see like the world around you to be like more grateful, to have empathy. And so anyways, without going on a tangent, community service, volunteering in whatever form or fashion that we can do in our homeschool is something that I am going to be adding. And so yeah, another way like under our community umbrella is church. Now we're regular members at church. My children go to the nursery, we go to like vacation Bible school and all those things, so we get out in our community in that way as well. But I think that category will honestly like maybe take shape and form in different ways, but I wanted to have that community / social umbrella there just to serve as a reminder on my calendar. Not everything will be like always get to every single day or every single week. And some things like volunteering, we might only get to once a month or once a quarter or 6 months or a year. But I want it to be something that's on here so that it's like in my mind, like I can see it and I'm remembering to put something in that category. Now, the last category that I have focused on for this academic year, though I definitely will plan to like keep moving it forward for the future ones, is entrepreneurship / enrichment. So with my grandfather being such a really influential person in my life, he has been an entrepreneur since like I was born. Like since I've known him, he's been an entrepreneur and maintained several businesses. And so I really, not so much like, okay, yes, you can create your own like lifestyle and wealth through entrepreneurship, but there have been so many other character building aspects that I have appreciated as I've been able to witness entrepreneurship and witness an entrepreneur, just the character, the determination, the mindset. So I definitely want to have that category on our academic planner. Now, my kids are small, so don't think that I'm like, hey, you need to make this workshop. This is Shark Tank, like get it together. No, but it's something that I want to have on here, like I said, to serve as a reminder so that if that comes down to us having a yearly garage sale and we have a lemonade stand or popcorn or whatever is, legal these days, I want my children to be engaged in that. I want them to develop those people skills. I want them to think about money in a sense of keeping, saving, giving, spending, just to think about it like more than just spending. Okay. And so another thing in our entrepreneurship / enrichment category will be sports. So at this stage, my children are like excited to participate in sports and tumbling and just challenge themselves. And so I'm putting that underneath there. It might not always be sports for them. It might be music. It might be technology, whatever it is. I want that to be under, I want to keep that category there, the enrichment there, because, we have our core, we have our community, but like enrichment, I feel is us. Like, who are you? What do you like to do? And going on another little squirrel or intentional like rabbit hole is, life can be full of mountaintops where you're like singing and you're in total bliss, okay? And then it can also be filled with valleys where you're confused and you're like, what do I do? And in those moments where you are down and you feel out, it is important to have a sense of character, a sense of self-esteem, some empathy, some Jesus, and like hobbies and interests in what enriches your life while you're going through your season. What are you doing in that season? I don't want my children to just be sitting there and saying, oh, woe is me. I want them to have some things to themselves. And I think we all do like a woe is me for 5, 10, 15 a week, whatever. But I want them to be able to get out of that. And so the enrichment is there. It'll definitely change, I'm sure, throughout the years as they grow older, as I change, as we experience new things. That category will, I'm sure, change. But I want that enrichment to be there so that we are reminded, though we're having to do these subjects that may tie into our interests, and though we're giving to our community and we're feeling a sense of gratitude by doing that. Who are we? What are our hobbies? Do we like to sew? Do we like to teach? Do we like to read? Do we want to learn about dirt? Do we want to build? Do we want to do technology? Whatever. Do we want to do sports or music? The list can go on, and trust me, if anyone can make the list go on and on, it's me. So I'm gonna stop it. But yeah, so that's I think in a nutshell, really what I have done, this has really made life a lot simpler for me and a lot like more calm because I have a compass. It's like a roadmap to what's our focus and what are we doing. And so the core, the community slash social, and then the entrepreneurship slash enrichment will kind of help us keep those main ideas in focus. Now, I do refer to this daily because we have core every single day. And if nothing else, throughout like the day to day, it helps me check off like our basic things, our read aloud and our circle time and our calendar and our talking and our emotions and the subjects and things like that. So yeah, I just wanted to share or like kind of like brain dump to you what our academic planner and calendar is for this 2024-2025 school year. I'm sure we'll continue to use it, and it honestly may change. Leave your ideas, leave what you're doing, share, down in the comment section below. I hope this video was enriching, enlightening, and helpful. So I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, by the way, when you subscribe, hit the bell notification so that you don't miss an upload or a video, so we can keep this community strong. We can share ideas, bounce things off of each other, and grow. If we grow strong, our children grow strong, and the future is bright. So bye.